Welcome to Daily News Updates by the Shipping Tribune. Here we bring to you the latest maritime daily news in a concise, short-form video format, a first-of-its-kind initiative in the shipping industry. Please subscribe for regular updates. Before we proceed with the news, we are pleased to announce the upcoming 12th edition of the Asia Tribune Cargo Summit, DryCon 2026. The summit will once again bring together key stakeholders of the tribal trade for a full day of knowledge sharing and networking. We look forward to seeing you there. Make sure to register today. Freight market scenario by Saigal SeaTrade.
The Asia-Pacific Supramax market rates were higher on March 16th. The Asia-Pacific Panamax freight rates were mostly increased on March 16th amid thin trading activity.
India's trade deficit narrows to $27 billion in February. India's merchandise trade deficit narrowed to $27.1 billion in February from $34.68 billion in January. Goods exports rose marginally to $36.61 billion from $36.56 billion in January, while imports fell to $63.71 billion from $71.24 billion during the same period. However, on a year-on-year basis, the trade gap in goods in February was significantly wider from $14.42 billion in the same month last year. This is because while goods exports were slightly down last month by 0.8% on a year-on-year basis, merchandise imports rose over 24%. The increase in imports can be primarily attributed to a spike in gold and silver shipments in value terms. 22 Indian-flagged vessels with 611 seafarers remain in Persian Gulf amid West Asia tensions. 22 Indian-flagged vessels carrying 611 seafarers remain in the western part of the Persian Gulf region, the Ministry of Ports, Shipping and Waterways said on Monday in an interministerial media briefing organized at the National Media Center. The Directorate General of Shipping said it is monitoring the situation in coordination with ship owners, recruitment and placement agencies, and Indian missions in the region. According to the ministerial statement, Jawaharlal Nehru Port Authority has provided temporary transshipment storage for containers destined for the Middle East and introduced concessions to support exporters. Mounting gas shortages disrupt some steel plants at India's JSW. One unit may face shutdown. Mounting gas shortages have disrupted operations at some steel plants of India's top metals conglomerate JSW Group, with one unit facing a potential shutdown in the coming days. India, the world's second largest crude steel producer, is facing its worst gas crisis in decades after the Middle East conflict disrupted supply routes. JSW said in the note that disruptions to fuel supplies and maritime operations were starting to affect its operational stability and supply chain. As a result, JSW's steel-coated products risked missing sales and supply obligations for tin plate under the government's production-linked incentive scheme and has requested a 6-month extension, it added. India cuts port charges to aid ships stranded by Hormuz blockade. Amid the escalating war in West Asia and the closure of the Strait of Hormuz, India has offered relief to shipping and cargo owners, allowing stranded vessels to temporarily dock at its ports at reduced charges, including anchorage fee, berth hire, and storage charges. Rajesh Kumar Sinha, Special Secretary in the Ministry of Ports, Shipping and Waterways, said, "The Jawaharlal Nehru Port Authority, which operates India's largest container port in Navi Mumbai, has provided temporary transshipment storage for container bound for West Asia and granted 100% rebate on ground rent and dwell time charges and around 80% rebate on reefer container plug-in charges for up to 15 days for containers originating at JNPA," Sinha added. Thank you for watching the video. Please hit the like button if you liked the video, leave a comment down below and subscribe to the Shipping Tribune YouTube channel if you haven't already.